How's spring been?
Spring's going well. Having fun.
It seems to be the feedback that we get is that you've made the most of it so far. Where do you feel like you've made the most strides so far?
I feel like my technique, I really took a big jump in my technique, just not playing with all athleticism, just focusing on my technique and winning at the line of scrimmage and stuff like that.
What did you feel like you learned the most, not from the spring, but just that first year on campus? And going through that?
Kind of just giving effort, running to the ball when the ball is on the opposite side of the field, stuff like that. Situation football, fourth down, third down, how to play my technique and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know what you thought was a reasonable expectation for a first year on campus. Did it go the way you thought it was? Was it harder? Was it?
I feel like I had good growing pains.
Okay.
I feel like I had that. I feel like I needed to fill things out, because I came in the summer, so my body wasn't ready, but I feel like my body is taking a big jump. I feel like physically I'm ready and stuff like that. And playing special teams, getting my feet wet, and just getting used to the speed of the game, I feel like that was a good change.
So where do you think that can go then this year?
Just competing with kind of the best receivers, taking it day by day, just having fun out there. That's just how it is. We're going to see on Saturdays how it goes, but right now I'm just taking it day by day.
When you say growing pains, going up against that receiver group, what does that
mean? Seeing how they move. High school, people didn't give you like wiggle at the line, but this year in college, they kind of have the counter to your counter basically, and I just had to go through that.
What kind of changes did you make physically? You said, your body feels ready now. What does that kind of entail?
I feel like right now I can put hands on. I feel like my ability to put my hands on and move receivers physically with Coach Mick, working on bench press and like my legs and stuff like that. So now I'm really moving the receivers' routes and getting them off their landmarks and stuff like that.
How much has it helped you, obviously, just, working with the caliber of wide receiver that you guys, have here at Ohio State?
It's great going against the best players. And also the offensive coordinator, how they scheme stuff up and just like stuff like that. Really good.
I mean, obviously you probably saw the Jalen Ramsey quote when they hired Tim Walton. Now that you've had the chance to work with him, what have been your impressions of him?
Great coach, great person, honestly. The coach stuff speaks for itself, but kind of just the life aspect, how to deal with money, how to speak to people and stuff like that. He really teaches us that, and I'm really grateful for it.
How is his style maybe different than Coach Compton's?
Kind of just more technical. I feel like kind of the reason why, if you get beat, kind of gives you the reason why you got beat and stuff like that.
What's kind of that dynamic between, say, Coach Eliano and then Coach Knowles kind of been at the head of it all? Like, what's that dynamic for you? How do you kind of see it? What is it like to be kind of in the middle of all that?
Just a lot of energy.
Yeah.
They bring a lot of energy, and we feed off of that basically, and that's why practice has been so fun lately, because we feed off our coaches, and our coaches feed off us, and etc.
Well, it seems like, based on the silver bullet of the day, or like what Jim Knowles kind of, put your picture on Twitter and awarded you, showing progress in you. How have you kind of adapted to what he's brought? Had it come easy for you? Is it a lot? Kind of what's your perspective on what he's brought to this thing?
First day, learning the defense, kind of confusing, but we keep on hitting the fundamental parts and just the scheme stuff, and we're learning that, and now we can play faster and see more schemes a lot better.
Is it coming more quickly than you thought it would?
Yeah, it's coming a lot quickly, a lot more quick than I thought it was.
And is it something that you see kind of Tim Walton, like Coach Walton and Coach Eliano, kind of like they're kind of
like we can get all those Southern guys and bring them up here, because me being from Georgia, I feel like Georgia football is really good. I feel like we need them up here.
Has it been harder or easier for you to convince these kids? It's cold up here, right? It's 38 degrees out today for some reason. What do you have to tell them about Ohio and Ohio State that they don't know?
I really feel like if you really like the school, the location shouldn't be a reason why you shouldn't come here. For me, that wasn't the reason. I feel like the pipeline of DBs that we came, the brotherhood, and just the standard we have to hold up to. I feel like that's what brought me here, and I feel like that's going to bring some of my other Georgia friends up here. So.
In this new world of college football with the transfer portal, all this other stuff that's happening, for a player like you, you know exactly where you stood on Ohio State's board, right, in 2021. Like, you were the top one. For not to play last year much at all, how hard is it to not hear the whispers from people back home? Oh, Jordan, you need to come back home. You need to do this. Like, do you get a lot of that?
I get some of it, but people know. Like, they know my ability to play and stuff like that. So they kind of know. Maybe not my freshman year, but sophomore year, I'm gonna ring bells again. So that's how.
You're sort of the name we've heard in the ether from a lot of people in the last few months. Like, this is a guy who's ready to take that step. What did you do differently?
Kind of just, not focusing on my end goal, kind of just taking it day by day. How can I win the moment? That's what we talk about here, winning the moment. I kind of just took that and ran with it, just winning the moment every day, every rep.
Is that just a transition from being a recruit where you're told the big picture, where you're told the end goal first, as opposed to being more mature when you're here?
Yeah, I feel like my maturity has really grown since I've got here. I feel like I needed to mature my first year, but now I feel like it's time to take over.
What are the biggest things you learned just going through your first year at Ohio State?
Kind of just what I said, just day by day things, just winning the moment instead of just focusing on my goals and stuff like that.
I know that you were kind of able to earn a consistent role on special teams by the end of the year. How much did that help you?
It helped me a lot to get used to the game. Dudes are bigger and faster and stuff like that. Kind of just helped me play better and play faster instead of just tiptoeing and not going full out just because it feels like a weird environment. But now I feel like now I'm used to it.
Was there like an eye-opening moment your first year about like how much bigger it is at Ohio State than maybe high school?
Not really. I feel like I came from a good high school. I play the best competition in Georgia and stuff like that, like nationally ranked teams. So I don't really feel that way.
How much does that help when you're playing against so much top competition in high school?
It helped me a lot. Just Gwinnett County in general, just playing everybody. I had to follow like the number one receiver every game, and we didn't really run any safety over top. So they kind of just threw me in the fire, and I feel like I'm used to that now.
Is there pride in kind of continuing that tradition of guys coming from Georgia and making a big impact at the college level?
Yeah. I'm trying to get my guys up here. Coach Walt's helping me. I'm helping Coach Walt, so it's going really well.
Did you guys help? Did you guys bond on that front of you guys both being from Georgia?
Coach Walt, I really didn't know he was from Georgia until he told me. So, and then we just clicked from there because he said he was really good in high school, his team. So we like play around with that, like whose high school team was better and all that.
You and Jacalyn and Denzel all came in together. Obviously, Denzel played a lot last year. How much are you three all pushing each other?
We're pushing each other every day. If someone gets beat or even they bat a ball down, we'll say, oh, you could have got better on this. And we just push each other every day. And, like, if someone makes a play, we're like, okay, I'm the next one to make a play and stuff like that. So we kind of just feed off each other.
You guys all have very different personalities, you, Denzel, and JK. How do you rein in JK to keep him from going off the reservation like he does sometimes? How do you get Denzel to, like, perk up? And is it just you guys playing off each other all the time? Is it just accepting, hey, we're all just different?
I feel like we need that, kind of just to click. I feel like our personalities to be different makes us glue, and I feel like it's really well.
JK's kind of like the wild card, right? Like, you guys have nicknames for each other. How do you describe each other when you guys are out and you're like, oh, he's the crazy one, I'm the normal one, and he's the quiet one? How does it work?
We really don't know. JK, he does his own thing. Denzel does his own thing. We kind of just all do our own thing and stuff. But when we're together, it's a lot of fun.
Now that you're in position to play more, what are people going to see from you on the field this year?
True competitor. I feel like I can change the game and stuff like that. Not just making pass breakups, but like interceptions and stuff like that.